Hey folks, this is James the Unofficial Mayor of Cowboy Country. So glad you could be here. Interesting thing is I was talking about all the different schools in the Big 12 and how they were either coming off of a construction project or in a construction project or planning a construction project. Cincinnati just broke ground recently on a indoor practice facility. That was what the last video was about. And I was like, is BYU going to do anything? You know, what's your story? And then I looked online and found out, yes, in fact, they are. So I'm going to put up the picture right here. Not a whole lot to show other than I think they're being really smart in that they're focusing on football operations. A lot of the smaller schools have put money towards these types of buildings. I think I've shown all the pictures. Anyway, here's the interesting thing. I didn't plan on becoming an expert on facilities and stuff. I will say when I look at a football stadium, I'm looking for three things. Is there good parking? Is there good concessions? Is there a good place to sit? And the overall atmosphere. Obviously, the better the team is doing, the more people are going to be excited about, what? I just realized something. I forgot on the 5 worst stadiums, North Texas should have been on that list. I forgot. When I went to see North Texas, they had above their concession stands, they were advertising things like tacos and cheesesteaks. And when I went in line to actually buy the stuff, they didn't sell it. So, down. Anyway, let's get back to BYU. So BYU is also fixing up their football operations. And the reason I don't think BYU is a small school, but obviously they're not as big as like Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee. But like TCU is about to fix up their football operations. Baylor's in the process of fixing up their indoor practice facility. What I'm trying to say is the smaller schools, what they're realizing is in order to compete with the larger schools, especially those that are in the SEC and the Big Ten, you have to give the players a great environment from Monday through Friday to train and to work out in, and to you want that environment to be its optimal setting, because the more comfortable they feel, or I should say, the better the setting, the better that they get trained, the better they're going to perform on Saturday. So having good weight room, having good training table for them to eat at, having meeting rooms so they can go over the game plan and really understand how what their responsibilities are in the big scheme of everything, and how they're going to approach their next opponent and hopefully defeat them. So you want this to be, I don't like to use the word comfortable, but I would say that you want it to be a situation where you're getting the absolute most out of your players. You're helping them grow so that they perform at their highest potential out on the field during the actual game. So that's why these types of facilities are so important. That's why I would say to anybody who's watching this, who's also an Oklahoma State fan and alum, we need to give to these new projects that are coming up, because we want to improve our situation, right now we've got a great indoor practice facility. We got a great locker room. Problem is, every day they have to the players and coaches have to cross Hall of Fame, and it disrupts traffic. It causes problems. The best thing, I almost wish when they tore down that one classroom building next to Boone Pickens Stadium that they had put the indoor practice facility over there. Because then, you're going from the locker room. It would have been a lot easier. But, it is what it is. Having coaches' room, meeting rooms, a locker room, having everything over next to the indoor practice facility will streamline the process, and I think it's going to be really good. So I find it very fascinating that all of these schools and schools around the country are beefing up their and making their facilities better because they're wanting to compete. And it's just one way that I'd prefer to say, I don't like the term arms race. I would prefer to say that we're keeping up with the Joneses. So here's the plan for the weekend. So please understand, if Oklahoma State was playing TCU tomorrow in baseball, I would be wearing orange. But our beloved Cowboys are no longer in the tournament. My fiance's Horned Frogs are. And because they're doing Special Olympics up in Terre Haute, Indiana State's coming to Fort Worth. I live in Texas. So yes, I will actually be wearing purple tomorrow. Because not only is this channel a Oklahoma State channel, it's also a Big 12 channel. And yes, I like the Frogs. As long as they're not playing OSU, I will root for TCU. And I truly do believe that TCU has a legitimate chance to get to Omaha and could win it all. I really think it's between them and Wake Forest. Robert thinks that ORU is really good, and we'll see what happens. But while we're up there, the game's at 4, okay? So we should be out of there by 7 o'clock. So there's a real good chance that we can get from Fort Worth over to Dallas, go see how the progress is coming with SMU's football stadium. So maybe tomorrow I can get a video of, I want to do the baseball stadium, TCU's baseball stadium. Got to do that. Then do SMU's football stadium. And if I can do SMU's football stadium, I will release that video on Saturday. If possible, Saturday, Suzanne and I are supposed to have lunch with some friends that are coming in from out of town, up in Waco. If it's possible, I might be able to go over to where the indoor practice facility is for Baylor and see how the progress is coming with that. So there's potential there for 2 or 3 videos. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I'm just saying that there's opportunities because of us going to that baseball game. There's opportunities to do videos and to show you some other facilities throughout the Big 12, which is a good thing. I know SMU's not in the Big 12. I would like to see them in the Big 12 because I think that would help solidify the Dallas market. And I definitely think if SMU was playing Baylor and TCU and Texas Tech and Oklahoma State and Houston, that more people in the Dallas area would actually care about SMU football. So I think it would be a win-win situation where it helps us as far as travel, and it would help them get more of an interest in SMU football. But that's just me. If you are new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe. I do appreciate everybody who's here. Don't forget, in a couple weeks, I am going to Florida with my wonderful fiance to see my dad. It's his birthday coming up. I do have some good news. I almost forgot. I had a senior moment there. Next month, I have to go to South Carolina for a conference. It's related to work. It's in Columbia, South Carolina. So I can promise you this. I'm going to get one of the nights that I'm there, I'm going over to William Bryce. I will get South Carolina's football stadium. My goal is on the way back, because I'm going to fly into Charlotte and then drive down. It's a 3-hour drive. My goal is to, on the way back, drive up to at least get Clemson. If I could get Georgia too, that would be awesome. I'm not going to promise anything because I don't want to get your hopes up and then let you down. But if I could get both of those on the way back up to Charlotte, that would be awesome. I'm renting a Prius, so so the gas mileage is going to be great. So I don't have to worry about that. But if I could get both Georgia and South Carolina, I'm definitely getting South Carolina. If I could get Georgia and Clemson as well before I go back to Charlotte and catch my plane, that would be awesome. So we got some good videos coming, folks. You're going to want to see this stuff. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for watching. And as always, go Pokes. Bye. I guess tomorrow it's Go Frogs.